Well, hello everybody, Bug Eater 64 here, and it's another fine day of flying. Today I'm going to do a FS Airways flight of the DC6. We're going to be flying from Greenville, Spartanburg, KGSP, up to Logan International in Boston, KBOS, and we're going to be flying probably 68 passengers. She's going to be a full bird, and we're going to see about getting there. So, with that, let's get inside the aircraft. She's going to be wearing her Trans World Airlines livery from the old days, and we'll see you inside the cockpit. So, let's get going. Okay, so here we are, Greenville, Spartanburg. We're in position 19. Looks like we've got our FSAirlines up. Looking okay. Passengers, okay, that's all looking good. Okay, take off, well, we're fine. Alright, we are looking good there. So we will minimize that and get in the cockpit and get things started here. Okay, so that's all looking good. Let's see if we can't get this old girl started. Alright, so let's see here. Look at my little thingy. Alright, so 68 passengers. Okay, fuel, we're looking good. Ramp management, that's looking good. Alright, let's see about getting things started here. Alright. Pre-flight.
Completed. Voice recorder. Tested. Oil coolers and cow flaps. Auto and position. Fuel and fluids. Checked. Pressurization. Set. Manifold and duct pressure. Checked. Radios. Checked. Doors and hatches. Closed. Door warning lights. Out. Gear pins. Removed. 3 on board. Seat belts and pedals. Adjusted. Throttles. Set to idle. Propellers. Forward and 3. Before start checks complete. Start engines.
Okay, so let's get the engine started. We'll be starting number 3 first. That looks good. Pumps to low. To both. Looks like we are set.
3, 6, 9, 12.
Okay, so it looks like we've got a good start on engine 1. So let's get ready to start engine 2. Or engine 4, I should say. Okay. Alright, so we got that. 4. It's all looking good.
3, 6, 9, 12.
Looks like we've got 2 good engine starts.
Three, 6, 9, 12. Three, 6, 9, 12.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and
Clear airport information Whiskey 15000. Wind 227 at 19er. Visibility 10.
and we'll see what runway we're supposed to use.
Clouds at 2,700 feet. Few clouds
Okay.
at 10,100 feet. Few clouds at 14,100 feet. Temperature 26. Dew point 10. Altimeter tree 0.09er. ILS runway 22 in use. Landing and departing runway 22. DSR aircraft, say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller, on initial contact, you have whiskey. Clear airport information, X-ray 15000.
Okay.
Wind 227 at 19er. Visibility 10. Sky condition.
So we're going to be doing runway 22. So let's double check that. We are ready to go here. Okay, so looks like we're good to go. Now, with that, let's do something here. We can take a look outside. We got that helicopter there. We could probably just turn right around and not have an issue. But let me go ahead here. Go through our after start
pumps.
checklist.
Off and off. Battery switch. Plane battery. Generators and inverters. Checked and on. Emergency lights. Armed. Ground power. Removed. After start checks complete.
Let's go ahead here and do my pushback. We're going to pre-plan our pushback. All right. And we'll do the pushback. Let's take a look at it here. It's not as good as the X-Plane pushback add-on, but it works fairly well, and you can plan it or you can just tell it to push it back, forward or backwards, it doesn't matter. Should be good enough. And so, cancel that. So we are pushed back and ready to go.
Taxi to and hold short runway 22 using taxiway Alpha cross runway 22 Alpha Air America 6 Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Okay, so we are ready to taxi, and it helps if you stop the pushback. So we're going to go out here, taxi down to runway 22 using Alpha Taxiway, excuse me, which is the only taxiway here at Greenville.
Rear tower America XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 ready for IFR departure runway 22.
Air America to 6 Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 altimeter tree 0.09er 1227 and 19er. Cleared for takeoff runway 22.
Cleared for takeoff runway 22 Air America XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and
Boost pumps.
get our before takeoff.
Boost pumps on low. Fuel selector and crossfeed. Main tanks and crossfeed off. Autopilot and carb heat. Off and cold. Hydraulic system. Down, forward, pressure and quantity checked. Okay. Flaps 20.
Flap coming down.
Flaps set 20. Windows and turbine. Closed and on. Controls. Gust lock released. Free. Pitot heater. On. Mixture and cowl flaps. Reach and locked. Set. Transponder. On. Landing lights.
Extended.
Extended and on.
Okay.
Before takeoff checks complete.
So let's move out to on the runway here. Parking brake on.
30 inches
Right.
stabilize. 30 inches stabilize. Inches stabilized. Cowl flaps. Cowl flaps. Cowl flaps set. Full power, please. Going full power.
All right, here we go.
Full power set.
All right. Brake released. Airspeed's alive.
Southwest 2600, wind 227 and 19er. Cleared to land runway 22.
Cleared to land runway 22 Southwest 2600.
Positive rate, gear up. Gear selected up. Gear up, lights out. Flaps up. Flaps going up.
Setting meter power 48 inches, 2600 RPM.
Air America to 6 Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010, contact clear departure on 119.4. Good day.
Going to 119.4 America XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010. Rear departure Air America XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010 is passing 1,900 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
Air America XX Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray 010, rear departure altimeter 30.09, continue as planned.
Climb power set. After takeoff checklist, please. After takeoff checks complete.
Alright, so far so good. I want a climb rate of about 500 feet a minute. Right now we're at about 1,000. And they said it couldn't be done. Well, let's just test it and see if it can be done. Yep, we are on our way. So, let's get to Boston. First things are, this bird really goes fast when you tweak the editing. Alright, so we'll get the autopilot set up, working properly if all goes well, and we will get to Boston in a hurry. Seems to be getting more cloudy though as we go. So it'll be interesting to see what we find once we are in Boston. Now I've got it set up to land ILS 4, and hopefully they won't change that when we get within range. If they do, it's going to screw everything up. So we are progressive nicely. Final altitude for today's cruise will be 11,200 feet. DC6 is just a pretty old girl, even with this old paint job. Okay, well, I should have predicted this, but we are descending and trying to keep control because I can't see squat, so I'm looking at you know, controls, and they changed my runway from ILS 4 to 3.3. So I'm trying to work around it. I tried to make an attempt to change the Garmin 430 to change the flight plan. It didn't work. So I'm hand flying this thing. And we got our gear down.
Down and locked. 3 degrees.
Thank you.
2400 RPM. 2400 RPM set. Cal flaps. Plus 3 degrees. Cal flaps set. ADI. ADI off. ADI is off. Landing lights. Speed good. Extending lights.
So the ceiling was supposed to be 3,000 feet.
Carbine.
It's not.
Set call. Before landing checks complete.
Or it's going to be very close. I'm almost at 2,500 feet and I still can't see anything. I'm kind of dead reckoning where the runway is from my first contact. Right now we're at 2,300 feet and we're starting to break through. And there we can see the runway just off to the left of the windscreen post. And the wind is horrendous. We're getting beat up pretty good here, so it's going to be a very, I'm going to try to keep some speed up, get her down on the ground as fast as I can. So it's not going to be a pretty landing. The hard part is going to be keeping it on the runway, because this old girl, as big as she is, she likes to float. So that's what we're looking at. Keep your fingers crossed and pray for those 68 souls. Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty. We're gonna hit pretty hard. Yep, crap. Oh, she's gonna squirrel. Yeah, there she goes.
Vertical speed 395, side slip 4.2.
Okay, well we kept her on the runway. She's kind of squirrely though. Bet everybody's down safe and the aircraft is not damaged. So we got her on the ground. It'll be interesting to see if I have any penalties with FSAirlines for this, but keep my fingers crossed and hope we don't. Okay, we'll pull off the runway and contact ground.
121.9 Air America XX Alpha Delta X-ray 010.
Okay, flaps are coming up.
After landing checks complete.
Yeah, we're just going to pull straight ahead.
Boston ground Air America XX Alpha Delta X-ray 010 request taxi to parking. Taxiing to General Aviation Parking via Taxiway Alpha November Bravo Alpha 1 Alpha Air America X Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray 010.
I don't think so. That ain't happening. I'm pulling straight ahead and they can kiss my trailing edge if they want to. I'm parking where I want to. Okay, let's get the parking brake set. There we go.
Parking brake is set. Cut entrance. Parking checks complete, A-plane secured.
Alrighty then. Well, here we are at Boston, Logan International. Unbelievable weather. I should have known, because here on the East Coast right now we've got thunderstorms and rain and stuff, and when I got into Boston, you could tell I had it set up for runway 4 ILS, and as I was approaching, the radio changed it to runway 33, and so I attempted to make the change in the Garmin 430, and apparently it didn't take it. So, that being the case, there was a lot of ugly hand flying, heavy winds, and you could tell by my landing, which was not pretty, that it wasn't a good thing. Feet per minute was 300, which is very high for me, especially with this aircraft. But we got her down safe. The aircraft was not damaged. I got good credit for the flight from FSAirlines. So that's all good. Made a good chunk of money. And so all in all, a good flight. Hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun bringing it to you. I hope you got a chuckle or two watching me try to get this plane on the ground safely. Takeoff was great, no issues there, but the landing, oh my goodness. It was just downright ugly. And, or as we say, fugly. And those of you that have been around in the military and so on, will be able to figure out what that means. Anyway, until next time, this is BugEater64, and as always, safe flying.